In my background, I've spent years, and prior to ProPair, ran a lead generation business for a decade, a couple of businesses before that. And really, generating leads is a hugely important part for any sales and marketing funnel. The part that gets lost, and the reason that we started this business, is because the distribution aspect and what happens once those leads hit the CRM or hit the dialer, or they're in your marketing automation, or they're in your customer retention portfolio, whatever it is, what happens to those leads has typically been just an afterthought. And there's a lot of effort and thought put into some best practices and how we should be doing this. And it's recognized by sales and marketing leaders that this is like an opportunity, but there hasn't really been a equal amount of attention put to that lead distribution as lead generation. And what we see in the data is that when you consume leads, when you have leads in your CRM, how you manage those leads after you receive those leads is as important as getting those leads. You've got a ton of hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars wrapped up in that marketing spend to stuff your CRM. How you treat those leads once they're in your CRM is as important as the effort that you took to get those leads in there in the first place. Everybody, rightfully so, and our customers talk to us a lot about lead generation. Where should I get leads? Which leads should I get? Which leads are good? Which leads are bad? And the reality is the best leads, if they end up in the wrong hands, they won't convert. And wrong hands, to some degree, can be subjective, but with a predictive AI application, that's going to be an objective decision that you can make. And you can now say, hey, this lead is going into this agent's hands and it's going to get treated this way. You're not going to hit a home run every single time, but that's a series of singles, and you're going to have a much stronger lead conversion engine if you're able to take that approach. If you're thinking about new leads coming in, new records coming in, the typical approach is, I got a new lead, right? I'm going to hand it out to, or I'm going to deliver these leads into here, and we're going to call every single lead every time, and then we're going to follow up with an email every single time. We're going to follow up with a text every single time. That's an approach that has been taken for years, and it's had some success, obviously. But you're really missing an opportunity now if you're not taking the next step, which is now applying your past performance and what's worked out of those approaches and what's worked on specific leads, and now apply that into real time into what you're receiving now. If you're able to do that and really say, hey, I just got a brand new lead and it looks a lot like this lead from 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago that had this result, that's what the math and that's what the models will do for you. They'll just look at your past performance and they'll say, hey, this is the better path for this particular lead. It should be assigned to this agent in this region. It should be called at this time it should be texted. It should be emailed. It should be followed up on within a day, within 2 days. So it's just a much smarter system. And rather than just the brute force hammer approach, which can be effective for sure, now you're able to be very strategic about how those leads are getting distributed into the team, how they're getting followed up on. And ultimately, we've just been doing this for 8 years, you'll see that conversion rate increase over time. And the more applications and the better you get about using those values, those predictive values, the more you'll see that lift.